Hey guys, this is Bitmain coming at you from the power of YouTube through the internet itself. Okay guys, so we have a special guest in the building today, and this is this old decrepit Z9 ASIC miner. So as you can see, it's been through a lot. There's about an inch of dust on this thing, but the good thing was I got it super cheap off of eBay for $120. Let's see how it can mine. Stay tuned guys. And there it is, this dusty old machine. I'm assuming it was probably in some type of warehouse for years on end, but dust all over it. My goodness. We're definitely gonna have to clean this up before mining with it. Excess dust can increase heat, especially when it's on the cards itself, and we don't want to do that. So we're gonna go ahead and open it up anyways to see what's inside of it. But there you go. Antminer Z9. Back in the days, I could not afford one of these and I couldn't get my hands on one. I actually used a couple Z9s minis. So pretty much this looks like two Z9 minis put together. But for 120 bucks, you can't really beat it. I haven't really looked at how much this can make, but it should be kind of fun. Yeah, brings back memories. As you can see right there, I have an ASIC board right there from a Z9 mini. I actually sold all those when the first crash happened, but that's what we're looking at, a really dusty machine. My goodness, what a nasty thing. You can see the dust all over the fans on the outside. You can only imagine what it looks like on the inside. And the cool thing is it did come with its own PSU, its own power supply, and this is going to work great. So we have enough connectors on top, and this is going to supply enough power to the ASIC miner that we need. So pretty good deal right there. We got the PSU and the dirty beast itself, the Z9. Let's go ahead and clean it up a little bit with a smart vac, and we'll go ahead and plug it in, and I'll show you how you can start mining on NiceHash with this within 2 minutes. Let's take a look guys. So the first thing you want to go ahead and start to do before getting your ASIC used miner operational is give it a good clean. These things probably been working non-stop for years on end, especially since this is an older ASIC. I believe this came out in November 2018. So you just want to start by taking off the fans. This does feel a little loose already, but you should see the amount of dust that's on this thing. eBay sellers, come on guys, at least blow it off with a leaf blower or something before shipping it out. Who knows what type of dust this is, especially with COVID going on right now. I'm kind of afraid to open this dirty thing up, but 120 bucks. I'm gonna keep telling myself that 120 bucks. Hopefully I don't die guys. Let me go ahead and speed up this video. I don't think you want to watch me taking off fans. Okay, the fans are taken off, so I'm just gonna put these down like this. Again, very dusty things, and I'm gonna go ahead and kind of zoom in so I can show you how to, or I'll just move this down right here. So, move those to the side. I'm just trying to get y'all a good angle. So right on top, here's your fan headers. So you just pull on these little guys right there. And there you go, you can put these to the side. These dirty little nasty things. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, these dirty little fans. Look at these dirty little beasts. I'm gonna put these to the side. So that's the inside of the cards. Depending on how clean you wanna get it, you might want to take this whole thing apart, which I'm going to do. Again, we're not worried about any type of warranties or anything like that. These things I'm going to overclock anyways. So now you just want to turn to the back and take these screws off over here. And then you just want to take these screws off over here so we can get to the cards themselves. Let's go ahead and start to do that. And again, what you can also do when you're doing this is check the health of the cards. Look for any type of water or moisture damage buildup on the cards themselves, any type of burning looks to the cards, and just make sure all the heat sinks are still in place. Those are pretty easy to replace. It looks like this one was already taken apart. You can see by the sticker right here, but being such an old card, I mean, I would assume taking it off to clean it every once in a while is not a bad thing. By the look of it, they probably never cleaned it. There you go. The funny thing about this was when I had the Z9 minis, I had about 6 of them. I actually dropped my beer all over all of them as they were running. I frantically turned off the power strip. It was horrible. I had to take them all apart, dry them off for a day, and then power them back up. At the time, I think I paid $1,200 for each one of them, so it was quite a bit of money for me at the time. Still a lot of money. But I think I was making like something like $25 a day off of each one back in the boom of Zcash many moons ago. I already feel my allergies kicking up with all this dust. I don't know where this dust is from. I think it was from like Colorado. So there's that right there. And now it's pretty easy to pull the cards out. So what you want to do is just unplug from the top. There's a little clip right there. You just squeeze it, pull out, squeeze it, pull out, squeeze it, pull out, and then you just slide them out. Sometimes, depending on your ASIC miner, you have to put it in the same direction. So what I'm going to do is just clean one card at a time and then place it right back in there. But there it is, guys. This is a Z9 card. It actually looks really clean and quite decent. So I'm assuming the eBay seller probably cleaned the cards off because there's no dust on them at all. So that's a good sign. No signs of water damage. Pretty healthy stuff. But there is some buildup of dust right here, so I'm gonna get that cleaned up. So I'm gonna put this to the side. I am using an anti-static mat. So if you don't have that, make sure to put it on something that's not conductive. So I'm gonna pull out my handy dandy vacuum cleaner. This thing is like 1,000 years old. I'm gonna go ahead and start getting it cleaned up. I was using the wrong side of that. That was actually the blower side of it. Let me switch that around. And then I'm just gonna put this straight back in after I'm done with it, so it's in the right slot. And then be very careful when you're plugging this back in. These pins are kind of sensitive and you don't want to break your boards. Wait until you hear the snap just like that. And again, we'll just take a look at all the boards, point them out. Not too much dust buildup, a little bit of dust in there, but not too bad. I'll blow that out right now. Again, just pop that back in place. A little bit of dust on this one, but again, not too bad. I'm assuming this was probably in somebody's mining layer and outside or in a garage, somewhere where there was not too much dust protection. So that looks good in there. We're gonna turn it around to the front. It's a little bit dusty on the front, so I'm just gonna blow that out. Trying to get this bad boy all cleaned up. Okay, so now that we got that decently cleaned out, I could have done a little bit better work on it, but I kind of want to do that later. Right now, I'm kind of going to focus on just showing you how good and how much money you can make off this cheap, nowadays cheap, ASIC miner. Again, 120 bucks for everything you need to get started, which is pretty good. If I can find the screws. There's one. I think I blew them all away actually. So let's go ahead and start screwing this sucker back together. I advise to do the deep cleaning outside because who knows where this dust came from, and you don't want to die. So definitely try to do that outside. It's kind of dumb of me to do it inside, but for the sake of the video and since it's 1 o'clock in the morning over here in Texas, I don't want to go outside in the rain right now and do this. So yeah, that's why I did it inside my office, and it's pretty bad. Looking better. Let's go to put these dusty fans back on as well. Okay, let's go ahead and plug these guys back in. Either order is fine. It's not going to make a difference. There you go. So let's go ahead and get the Ethernet cable right there. Let's go ahead and plug the Ethernet cable in and the power cable, and we'll go ahead and turn this machine on for the first time in probably a couple days since it's been shipped out recently. Always remember to get a little pin so you can restart this board, because what's going to happen is it's going to pretty much mine to whoever you bought this from. And you don't want to give your money away. And as you can see, somebody was pretty serious with mining. Look at that. Yeah, interesting. So that's the name of this one, and it says a 22. So I'm assuming this guy was a pretty big miner in Colorado. So we're going to put this back, plug it in, turn it on, and I'm going to show you how to get it on NiceHash and start making that beautiful cryptocurrency money. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and plug in these snakes over here. So I'm going to unplug this real fast, turn it around so you can take a look at it. So let's go ahead and start plugging all these suckers in. There we go. Nothing too crazy about it. You can use a regular power supply, but for this one I recommend at least an 850 watt power supply for it. It's a little bit more quieter than these industrial Bitmain ones, but it was free. Power supplies are pretty expensive, so this is a smart way to do it. So now that you got that plugged in, oh, I lied. Now that we got it plugged in, you can go ahead and flip it over. Keep in mind, with this, there's no off or on, okay? So once you plug it in, it's gonna turn on pretty loud. All the time when you do turn it on for the first time, you'll hear a boot sequence. The fan will increase all the way up to 100%, and these guys are loud, which you're gonna hear in a little bit. So before we do that, before we plug it in, get your Ethernet cord, plug that in. Let me find my power cable, which is probably over here somewhere. I got myself a thick gauge power cable for this because it's industrial, and you might as well do that. What I like to do a lot of the times to make an easy power on and off switch is to connect it to a surge protector. Because then on that, most of the time you have a switch and it's easy to plug in and out. Okay guys, first plug in, first boot up sequence in the Bitcoin mining layer 2021. Let's see if this thing doesn't just blow up in my face. I'm actually kind of excited with Bitcoin hitting 40,000 a week ago. Let's see how much we can make, guys. You'll start hearing the initial boot up. The fan on the power supply will boot up first, and then this will power up shortly once it receives enough power. So I unplugged that right there because I forgot the most important plug. Again, I haven't done this in a while. The power supply is still on, so let's wait for it to turn off. That's a good power supply. Running with no power. It's gone phantom on me. Great, it's still running. Interesting. So, with this thing still running, okay, now it's off. I wanted to show y'all something. So I just plugged in the power to the boards itself, but there's also one more power supply right here on the controller board module. So make sure you plug that in. Sorry guys, it's been since 2018. It's been quite a while. So, okay, sorry about that. Maybe that was just an anticipation thing. Now, let's plug this bad boy in, moment of truth. Let's see how good this sucker sounds. There we go. Red lights on top. These are gonna boot up. Green lights in the back. Good signals right here. And then good signals on the Ethernet. So it is getting a good input right there. So I'm gonna let this boot up. Remember to hold in the reset key for at least 12 seconds. After it boots up, because you don't want to give this guy money. It's still booting up unless he has it on a real small fan curve. There it is. That's actually not as loud as I remember it. I don't mind this being in my house actually. It's kind of soothing. Yeah. Just listen to that Antminer Z9. Again, normally it tests out the fan. I think it goes to 20 to 50 to 60 to 70 to 80 to 100. That's what I remember. That's what I remember. That's the sound of beautiful ASIC miners in your house. Imagine this, guys, trying to have a conversation over this about cryptocurrency in the mining layer. Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. First boot up, guys. Looking good. Feeling good. I can smell the cryptocurrency in the air. Okay, so now that that's done, we're gonna go ahead and reset this, okay guys? So I have a nice little fine tool right here. I'm gonna put it in here. Hold it for 12 seconds. And you'll get some indicators lights right here to let you know it's done. So that should reset everything with that red light right there. That's indicating it reset it to basic. Everything went back to normal. Whatever mining pool it was on is set to a basic as well, so I can be mining anywhere. And then all the passwords were reset to basic, which is root. So let's go ahead and log into the computer. I'm gonna use a IP address tool so we can find this bad boy and connect it to NiceHash. Stay tuned, guys. Let's go ahead and run to the computer. Okay guys, so as you can hear in the background, the miner is kicking off and on from about 10% fan to 100. Again, I did reset the fan, the whole computer so that we can actually boot up to our own NiceHash account. So let's go ahead and jump into the computer, guys, and I'm going to show you how you can find it. Now you can get everything set up so you can start mining on NiceHash. Again, easiest way to do it, and probably not the most profitable, but for right now, for a 2-minute tutorial on how to connect yourself to making a nice, easy Zcash, aka Bitcoin, because that's what NiceHash gives you, I'm going to show you how to do it. Let's hop onto the computer, guys. Okay guys, so sorry about that sound in the background. I do have the ASIC miner in the room right now for the video's sake. Normally this will go in my garage, but as of right now it's right next to me as I'm recording this video, so sorry. So I'm going to go ahead and show you where you want to go. So it's actually called Advanced IP Scanner, and you want to go ahead and download this tool so you can actually find your ASIC miner. So I already have this downloaded. So I'm just going to go ahead and open this up real fast. Give me 1 second. Again, I'm using all these displays. So when you do get that popped open and downloaded, what you want to do is just hit scan. And it's going to scan everything on your network. So you can see my FreeNAS device that I have, and I have a video that'll link if you want to know how to make your own network attached storage unit. So there we go. A lot of times you can find it pretty easy by the manufacturer name over here. It's reading through all of them. Just let it finish. Okay, so it looks like it's this one right over here, and it has this code that it's pulling up. So it actually doesn't say like Bitmain or anything, but what your password and username is root, all lowercase, root. And there it is, guys. So now we're on where we want to be, and you can always switch the password later for this. So now we're over here, and you can see the name Z9 Antminer, all that good stuff, and you know it's working pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video. I'm gonna get my NiceHash information, and I'll show you how to do it. Okay, so now that we got everything pulled up, what you want to do is log into NiceHash. Log into your NiceHash. Before we get there, I'm going to show you a couple things. So you want to go to miner configuration, and we need to switch all these around. Right now this is all the default configurations you want. So what do you want to put in? The first one is over here. I'm going to leave the link down below also. So you're going to go to NiceHash right here, and you're going to go to the generator. So the Zcash, the Z9 Mini is going to use equal hash right there, and then you can pick your location. You have 2, and you're going to go generate address. Okay, now that we got that, we're going to copy that, and as you see, you can see your username is your Bitcoin mining address. So that's going to be your Bitcoin wallet. Which, if you have your private one, you can put your private one, or if you just want to put it into your NiceHash account, you can do that. You just copy it over. You can go to, I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. So you're already logged in. You go to wallets, and then you can go to deposit, and then what you can do from here is show Bitcoin address, and you can just copy it. So you can use that as well. So we're going to go ahead and copy this right here. And we're going to put it in all of these over here. So we're going to go ahead and Control V that. Control V that. Control V. So right here, these two are actually backup pulls. So if this one, for some reason, stops working, it's going to go to these two. Right now, I have it configured as the same pull. We'll go into some more details about that later. And then you can call it whatever you want to. Actually, right here where you put this, that's where it says worker. That's where you're going to put your Bitcoin address. So I'm going to copy this again. Right over here. And then at the end, you can actually name it, whatever you want to name it, so you can see it on your nice hash. So what you want to do, if you want to actually name it something, you're going to put dots, Ghost Z9, that's what I'm going to call this one. And again, you can just go down and name it all the same, so it stays the same. And make sure to put the password as followed. Password is X, okay guys? Lowercase x, so switch that to X. Okay, and then hit save and apply. So pretty much that's all we need to do. You can also switch the fan settings right here. Right now they're on auto, so they're gonna go up and down. I'm probably gonna take them down a little bit. I'm gonna put them at 35%. I'm gonna check this right here and apply. So when you do something like that, just watch the temps. You really don't want it to get it over 71 degrees Celsius. But for the sake of the video, I would like y'all to be able to hear me talk. So that's going good right there. Everything looks good. And now what you want to do is go back to System. It's very easy to do from here. You go to Miner Status. And this should start picking up in a little bit. As you hear the fans kicking up all the way to 100%. You can also put it on turbo mode. We'll do that in a little bit. But you can see everything's alive right here in Bitcoin mining world. This is our K-Souls over here. And that fan is super loud. So we're just going to let it work for a little bit. And then we'll come back to this. For now, just listen to the roar of the fans. So it finally went back down to 35% that I had it set to. But overall, it's looking pretty good. We're not getting any temps right here, but we are getting some activity. So this is interesting. That might not be plugged in all the way. But over here, we're getting 35.33 kilosouls averaging. So that's not too bad. But just remember, guys, you are having to pay for electricity. So we're going to go ahead and let this run for a little bit. I'm going to show you how you can find your balance on this machine, which is very easy. Again, you're just going to go back to your nice hash. I'm going to let this run for about 10 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and skip over to that, guys. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and take a look. So again, go ahead and log into your nice hash account. We're going to go to dashboard, and we're going to go to mining. So I do have a RTX 3080 gaming computer that's making about $6 to $7 a day, which is amazing. So let's go ahead and take a look at our Z9. We're going to go ahead and pull this up. So right now, it looks like on average, we're going to be making a whopping 66 cents a day. Not too bad, guys. Think about it. 66 cents a day times 20 years, that's almost $1. So if you look over here, all jokes aside, if you look over here, you're making about $1.05 a day. I've only kept it running for about 10 minutes right now, but you're not looking at really high profitability margins for this machine. And keep in mind, you are paying for your electricity. I don't have my kilowatt plugged into here, but I'm assuming just like before, we're probably running about 500 watts at the wall. Probably looking at anywhere from $44 a month to about $60 a month. So we're actually making negative profitability with this machine. I did buy it for $120, which is not a bad deal still, guys. Again, if you do believe in the blockchain and helping out the blockchain, this is the way to do it. If you believe in making money, this is not the way to do it. Unless you don't have to pay for electricity. For some people, you don't. Think about it, guys. I'm going to pull up a calculator right over here. And this is actually a good price I got it for. You can actually get it cheaper too. If you just bid on them, you can probably get it for about 50 bucks. So let's just say it's $1.35 a day, and you live in an apartment that doesn't charge you for electricity, and you can just times that. Let's go ahead and times that by 365 days, so a year. So there you go, guys. Think about it. You can make $492 a year off this machine, and again, you're actually making coins. So if the profitability of the coin reaches $100,000, guys, and you don't sell any of this, well, that's a good deal. You know, you just have to think about it that way, guys. If you hold on to this and you're not paying electricity, you can make a pretty good profit. I don't have this overclocked right now. I'll leave that in a link, or I'll make that in a later video. Maybe we can make it up to $3 a day by overclocking the Z9 Mini. But electricity is a factor, so if you don't want to overclock it, you don't have to, because again, you're only making $1.25 a day before the cost of electricity, which again would get you in the negative area. Because let's just go ahead and put it, I already know for my electricity, let's just go ahead and call it $60 a month, you know, times 12 months. There you go, guys. You're gonna be negative in actuality. And depending on your current city, sometimes they prorate you if you use so many kilowatts within the month. So definitely you're not going to be making $1,000 million a year or anything like that off this machine. But look at that, it's $1.50. But again, it's for those people out there that don't have to pay electricity. For those people that live in apartment complexes or duplexes that include all utilities included in your rent. Well, hey, you know what, guys? Let's say you buy one of these machines for $100. Let's say you buy $1,000 worth of them, so 10 of these guys. Then you're talking some good money. My calculator disappeared again, so I'm gonna go pull that up. Again, it's not gonna be any crazy type of money, but it is a start, ladies and gentlemen. It is a start. So let's say if you bought, 10 of these, just times that by 10. Don't laugh at me. 15 bucks a day. Now we're talking some money here. And then if you times that by 365, $5,475 a year, which is a good return on your investment if you only paid $100 per these machines. Just keep in mind, you're probably going to get kicked out of your apartment complexes. You're going to be blowing some breakers. Each one of these machines can run anywhere from 300 watts on the low end to about 600 on the average. And if you overclock them, the sky's the limit. Anyways, guys, this was Ghostbit Miner coming at you from the power of YouTube through the internet itself. I'll see you in the next video when we overclock the Z9 Mini. And I have some cool news for y'all guys. I got my hands on one of these. Watch this. I got my hands on a RTX 3080 that's making anywhere from $5 to $7 a day and barely sucking on that electricity. So that's where the mining's at right now, guys. That's where the mining's at. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave you with a nice B-roll of this dirty ASIC miner. See you in the next video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And please hit that bell notification icon so you can get more videos like this in your feed. Ghostbit Miner out.